Hey guys, welcome to RD Custom Diecast. Today, I'm gonna go over a quick overview of a airbrush. This is a low-cost airbrush, entry level, something that you guys might look into. We're gonna have some demonstration on it spraying in 2K clear. I specifically ordered this air gun to try out, just exclusively spray 2K clear. I don't like using 2K in my clips or my Grex Genesis. They'll handle it just fine, not a problem. With the proper tip size, not an issue. The issue is it's an expensive airbrush, and if for some reason I screw up and leave the 2K in there in the pot too long and that activator starts getting hard, I don't want to have to do any repairs to my airbrush or replace something because I screwed up and I guess didn't get it cleaned out fast enough. So my option was look at an airbrush that for just shooting exclusive 2K that's not going to break the bank, is affordable. But when I found this one, what was appealing to me about this is by PointZero. I'll tell you what's appealing in just a second. One of the appealing things was it's like $25 on Amazon, shipped through Prime. But it also comes with a .3 needle, which is pretty much kind of the workhorse of this diecast hobby. Most people use a .3, .35, but also comes with a .2. So if you needed extra fine detail work, you can do that. And it also comes with a .5 needle set. So you get your needles and you get your nozzles sets for. It comes with the .3 installed, and it's going to come with a .2 and a .5 as well. That alone, even if you paid $10 a piece for the sets, which it would be reasonable, I mean that's nearly your whole cost of your airbrush right there. So let me show you the airbrush. This one is a gravity feed. I do not know if they make a siphon feed. This is not a paid endorsement of them at all. So this I purchased exclusively for trying out. If it works great, you're gonna know, and then we can kind of go from there. It's got pretty large cup, so anything you throw at it for our hobby, I don't think you're gonna have a problem. I do like that it has an adjustment stop. A lot of airbrushes that you buy at this price point is not going to have this adjustment. And what that has is a fine adjustment. So it's a stop. So when you have this in, and let's say you have a sweet spot you got that you're painting at, and it takes you about that much, just pull it back, and you like that flow, you can actually set this right there and it won't go past that. So it gives you accurate and consistent trigger control, I guess you could say, as you use this airbrush. So take this little cap off. There's your .3 needle in there. Here's your nozzle set. I'm going to tell you guys something. When you buy these, you need to be careful. There's your nozzle. There's your needle. You go ahead and back this off. And take this needle out. I'm going to show you how, because we're swapping this over to a .5. I don't need a .3 in it. The only thing you're going to need to save in the swap is this cap is actually for all your different needle sizes. So save this portion. Set that to the side. We're going to set the needle to the side. And we're going to take this nozzle off right here. Now it comes with a nozzle wrench. I guess I should have showed you it actually comes with a quick connect as well. I won't be using their quick connect. Got a quick connect with the air, dryer water separator already installed on this, so we will put this on here. And I just use these with my compressor with all my other ones, and I just quick connect between the different brushes as I need them. So, but I'll leave them with their own water separators on each individual gun. So that's just how I do it. It does come with a wrench. I guess I should have showed you guys, it comes with a little operation instruction sheet. There's not much to it. You can always go online if you don't know how to use an air gun. It's real basic. I don't even know if it has teardown instructions on this. It might. But what I'm showing you today, you're going to be able to figure it out. It has an exploded diagram, so you can figure out most of it on that. So we got the diagram and 5 steps of operation, and it does tell you a little bit about maintenance and general information. Not a whole lot of information there. I wouldn't have read it anyway, even if it was a book. So if you need that information, most of these airbrushes work fairly identical. So I'm going to tell you something about these lower end airbrushes. These nozzles are very soft. Do not, I cannot stress it enough, I've done it. Do not over tighten these, changing them out. And I barely put them in. I do not snug them up much at all, because you will twist the threads off inside this and you're done. You're gonna have to send it back in. So this particular one, it's probably gonna stay a 0.5 if it sprays 0.5 good. I don't see a reason if it sprays 0.5 why it wouldn't do the 0.3 and 0.2 just as well. That's one reason. Another reason why I got this was does it come with the 0.5 needle and the 0.3 and 0.2? If this works out, I won't be using it for my fine details and everything and my main painting and stuff. I will use either my clips or my Genesis. I'm just going to. But for the 2K, I certainly will be using this as a workhorse for that if it works out. But it gives you an opportunity, if you're getting into airbrushing, you know this hobby is not cheap. Instead of going to spending $200, if you can spend 25 bucks, hook it to a shop compressor if you have to at first. Make sure you got a regulator on it where you can turn the pressures down and use this. Get started with something like this if it works good. Now, I bought $20 and $25 airbrushes before that sprayed like crap, and if that's the case, you're gonna know. You're gonna know pretty quick. All right, so let's go ahead and get this changed over 0.5 and dump it out over here. And I'm gonna put the 0.3 in here. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do, because I will forget at some point in the future and get a looking and not realize, because these needles, I don't see any markings on them. So I'm gonna change this 5 to a 3. So I've got a 0.3. I'm gonna do the same on, or the nozzle set. I'm gonna do the same on the needle. .3. So it's got a 0.5 in it right now. Take the needle out. All right. Okay. Let me get this needle put up, and let's get this out of the way and we'll reassemble. So this is 0.5, and we're going to put the 0.3 in storage. These needles look pretty good. They're not bad. I'll give you a tip also. You could take the very end here and take like a grinder with a little blade and put your little hash marks, like 3 for 0.3, 2 for 2, 5 for 5. Problem is when you get to your nozzles and your nozzle cap, I guess you could write on. It may come off, especially using cleaners and stuff. That's the only other thing. You could actually mark with the Sharpie back here, but using cleaners to clean stuff, you're probably going to wipe that Sharpie off eventually. That's why I would say lightly, if you can, you could engrave these. You really can't do it with the nozzle cap. You can make some little nicks in it, but you need to be careful if you do that. It's probably going to void your warranty if you do any of this. That's just one way you could keep them separate. Let's say you lost a tube or something like that, or whatever. Or if you had it laying down and you had two sitting side by side, that's one way you'd know how not to mix them up. Okay, so we got everything. We've got the 0.3 here. Let's put it back in the box. This video is already getting out of hand because it's getting a little longer than I want it to be. And we still need to go test this out and do a little final report on it. So, oh, hold on, guys. Put the needle cap and not the nozzle cap. And we're going to need that, so. Alright. Okay, like I said, when you go back with these, they got a little bitty O-ring in them. If you over tighten it, you'll split those O-rings. That's something else. And I'm just going to turn it till it stops. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. Do not go past that. If you do, you're on your own. I'm telling you, you probably will strip it out. They are very sensitive. The higher end airbrushes, I mean, you can strip them out too. Not quite as easy. They're made a little bit heavier duty material, I guess. But you don't have the likelihood of stripping it out quite as easy. But you can. You over torque it, you certainly will. But these you got to be extremely gentle with. So just keep that in mind. I know it from experience, guys. I wouldn't just be telling you this to just tell you this, but I've done it. So, and I'm not going to be the type that says, well, I've heard that you could do this. I know for a fact I've done it. So, all right. So we got this back together. We're going to switch over to the spray booth. We're going to get some 2K clear mixed up. Going to be shooting a couple cars today, and I will let you know how this lays down right after. And I will give you my opinion on it. Whether, yeah, I would risk buying this, I'm glad I bought it, or hey, I'm about to box this up and send it back in. I'll let you know one way or the other. It looks like it's good build quality. So let's see how she performs. All right, we're back. So we're out of the spray booth, and as you can see, it performed flawless. Didn't have any issues with it. It laid down 2K clear, absolutely perfect. Already cleaned this up, so it's ready to go again. Actually, I'm very impressed. Would I recommend it to a beginner? Yes. Would I recommend it to somebody that's looking to shoot 2K clear? Absolutely, depending on what you're shooting. Now, just know Airbrush doesn't have a wide spray pattern on it, so you're going to want to keep it small die cast, small model, stuff like that. You probably be able to get away with it. You do want a good wet coat. If it over atomizes and you get tip dry and stuff like that, it's not going to spray right. You can tell if you're getting tip dry and stuff and it's not spraying correctly, because when you spray, you're going to get a haze. You're not going to get a wet finish with that clear, and your clear's not going to come out right. So keep an eye on that. I was kind of skeptical. I probably left this over the 3 coats, that 2K clear, in here for about 25 minutes total. I know that some people has told me that when they spray through the airbrush, if they don't have that 2K clear, and I've got a fast activator with that 2K, that it will start hardening up in the bottom and stuff. I didn't have that issue. Maybe it's the type of clear I have. Maybe it's, even though I have fast activator, maybe I just had it mixed different. Now, I do mix mine totally different when I shoot the 2K clear, and I'll tell you what I use. And I got this from Diecast Resurrection. Thank you for the tip over there. I'm not going to take credit for it, but I do use it. I will tell you, I have found it by far the best way to shoot 2K clear is to use this is a 4-to-1 ratio clear. So get your 2K clear in 4-to-1. Do not mix it 4-to-1. Mix 2 parts clear, 1 part activator, and 1 part reducer, and that will give you enough thinness, I guess, to the viscosity to make it thin enough to actually flow through this air gun with 0.5 properly. If you don't do that, you're not going to be able to spray it very well through here, if at all. So keep that in mind. As far as other paints, we didn't try any today, but I do not see any issues you changing this out or leaving the 0.3 in there, using it for your everyday use, having no problem. If you do the 0.2, I don't know how fine it gets. That's something I'm not really interested in trying on this at this time. You guys are welcome to buy that and try it, but I don't see why it wouldn't perform for you. Another thing I do like about this is it does have the stop. The adjustment stop. A lot of guns don't have that, or you'll have to buy a replacement end cap that has this built into it, and that's an added cost. So for what you get, I don't think you can go wrong. Look, guys, you're getting your 0.2, a 0.3, and a 0.5 needle set, and all in one airbrush. That's pretty handy. Not only that, put it here, but they even send you a quick connect. That alone, it's going to cost you $6.99 on Amazon by itself. So in my opinion, just the 2 needle set, extra needle sets with the nozzles and nozzle caps, and this by itself paid for the whole air gun, because a lot of air guns are going to come with 1 needle set, and it's usually going to be a 0.3 or 0.35, something like that, and it's not going to come with, most likely, most of them, with a quick connect. And like I say, nearly all of them will not come with extra needles and nozzle sets, and very few are going to have the end cap stop for your over travel adjustment right here. So yeah, I say it would be a worthwhile investment to get in the hobby, to get started, where you don't have to break the bank. You don't have to go out and buy an Eclipse. You don't have to go buy Badger Patriot. You don't have to go buy Greg's Genesis, Vega 2000. You know, all these ones I'm talking, you're at least looking at $80 to almost $200. I mean, you do not have to spend that kind of money to get in this hobby to paint. this probably will do the job for you just fine. So give it a look. I'll leave a link in the description below, and you can go check it out. I, at this point, recommend it. Now, if that changes, I will let y'all know as well. We're going to use it and exclusively for 2K. And along the way, if I do have a problem with it, I'll tell you, hey, did it last? How durable is it? So far, so good. So that's all of this video. I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.